Thanks for watching Living Local. Today is all about what I need in my home, but this is all about home organization. I'm super excited. August, tell us what we're doing today.
Yeah, so we're continuing our Women's Month theme, and we are here today with Andrea Gagliano, who is the owner of Ace of Space organization. So with spring right around the corner, we are ready to learn a little bit more about how we can get organized and do that spring cleaning while we're organizing.
I'm really excited.
So am I.
Really excited.
So excited.
So give me all your knowledge.
Yes.
So, you have started Ace of Space. How long have you been doing this?
Almost 3 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And, what kind of got you into this? This is really popular right now. I feel like the
Yes.
kind of like purging and organizing the
Yeah, I
houses
agree.
right now. What got you kind of going with this?
I had been floundering looking for a career my whole life, and I stayed home with the kids when they were young, and I was just looking for my passion. I'm a really creative person, and I was helping my sister-in-law move in, and I was unpacking her closet, and I was just filled with energy. It lit my fire, and my husband walks in, and he's like, "This is it. This is what you can do."
Yeah.
And it just snowballed from there, and
Wow.
I was really blessed with the timing, as you say.
Sure.
It's gotten so big, and right after I opened it, Marie Kondo's Netflix show came out,
Yeah.
and everyone was thrilled, and then we've just had the Home Edit show. So, that's it. I found it, and it's good for both sides of me, the very precise side, obviously, but the creative side, because I can do different colors, different containers. It's like putting a puzzle together. So,
Yeah.
I love that.
how it
And I'm
all
sure, there's not, do you have a system that kind of goes with every space that you're in, or does the space dictate what you do?
My slogan is creative solutions for your unique space.
Okay.
The space 100% dictates. I definitely have my go-to containers, my go-to things I love, and ways of programming a space.
Sure.
But it's definitely the space and the individual.
Right.
You have your maybe single family, or you've got your retired couple, or just someone who's very particular
Yeah. Sure.
that can keep up a perfect space. And then we can decant, and we can put everything in its special container, because I know they're going to come home from the grocery store and they're going to unbox and unpack everything. And then you go into your young family's home, or just someone who's very creative or messy.
Right.
I'm like, nope, you need bins to
Right.
hide all your mess. So it's the individual and the space really do.
Well, and
dictate.
are these things, is it realistic to keep up with them? Like once you come in and you organize a space, do people keep up with these?
Well, and that's the whole point of the system.
Okay.
You put in a good system. It's rarely going to look like the day I leave.
Sure.
Even mine, I
Right.
spruced it up before y'all got here. Most people aren't going to do that.
Yeah.
So I think we have to be careful with our expectations, especially with Instagram and Pinterest. We want it to be perfect. And it's just like life. It's not going to stay perfect. It'll be perfect for a while. But that being said, the systems are very maintainable. And I like to stay in touch with my clients and
See how it's going?
give them tips for maintaining, and
Yeah.
So it's more than just, obviously you come in and you help them get organized, but
Right.
as you say, with the system, it's also kind of a lifestyle change and
Absolutely.
kind of keeping up
Absolutely.
with it. And, I do feel like it makes things so much better, and you feel so much
For
better
sure.
when things are kind of put in a place and organized. You're not searching all over for something. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah, well, and I think that's probably what makes, your business so successful, is that, we all know how to, in some way, kind of get things back together.
Sure.
Once a year you go
Right.
back and you go through your sock drawer and you kind of reorganize it, or you go
Yeah.
through that Tupperware, cabinet that you've got under your sink and everything's a mess, and you kind of put it all back together. But it's an annual thing to where you let it get back to that way. But being able to kind of implement a system for
Right.
your clients so that they can kind of, continue and, like you said, make that lifestyle change so that it
Yes.
doesn't get back to, that original just big pile where you're searching for 10 minutes for a pair of socks.
Yep.
Yes.
Really does kind of make it worth people's time, because it's not something that they're going to have to, gosh, I've got to start all over again, every
Yes.
6 months.
Socks are
Yes,
the worst.
exactly.
Like, where do they go? I don't
Right.
understand. I get them all the time, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I swear I just bought these last week. Welcome back to Living Local. We are continuing on about learning how to organize our homes with Andrea Gagliano of Ace of Space. You bring up, Marie Kondo and her
Yes,
show, which was,
love her.
huge. And she does a lot of purging. If it
Yeah.
doesn't bring you joy, you get rid of it
Yeah.
type deal. Are you doing just organization or are you also doing purging?
Yeah, I do whatever the client will let me.
Okay.
Everything and anything. So I definitely am kind of an abridged version of Marie Kondo. Like I take it in, but in an American way.
Sure.
Like I call us American minimalists. Like
Okay.
I consider myself a minimalist, but if she walked into this house, she'd be like, I'm from Japan, you're not a minimalist. You know?
Sure.
So American minimalism is just a different thing.
Sure.
But I do like to bring her style into my house where, you treat things with reverence, maybe not in a spiritual fashion, but you do give reverence to your items. You do treat them as if they have a little bit of a life and they bring you life and they're special. And you really try to figure out what sparks your joy. And her biggest thing, and this is how I like to do the process, is in a closet, for example. Empty out your closet completely. Make a stack of, everything, sleeveless shirts, short sleeve shirts, long sleeve shirts, and just do that for everything. And you look at it.
Yeah.
And you have this,
Holy cow, I have
right.
so
Oh my
many.
gosh.
Yeah.
oh, wow, I am spoiled and too much. And,
Yeah.
ugh, and that knee-jerk reaction is going to push you to be better and buy less and think more before you buy and all of that stuff. So do that and then handle each thing. Handle it, touch it, look at it, remember it, and then decide what you want to do with it and have piles ready for, donate, give away,
Sure.
whatever you choose to do with them. Have it ready, but then just get it out of there.
Well, what do you do for those people that, they look at things, they haven't worn them in years, but you're
Right.
like, oh, but what if this certain event comes up and I
Right.
need it? Or, oh, I don't want to get rid of it because this was like a really rare piece that I got, but you haven't worn it in years. Like, what do you
Right.
tell people to do with that?
Well, the first thing I do is a simmer spot.
Okay.
So if there's a handbag that you love and you're like, well, maybe I'll wear it, but I've forgotten about it. You put it in the simmer spot. I like to give people 6 weeks. Some people give them 6 months. You give yourself what your brain can handle, but you give yourself a
like
deadline.
that. Yeah.
And then you go in there, and if you haven't thought about that purse, you
Yeah.
haven't worn it, it's time to let it
Yeah,
go.
let it
Yeah.
go. I love that. You don't have
Yeah.
to decide right then and there. You put like a little middle ground area.
Yeah.
Takes the pressure
to,
off.
yeah, no, I love that. I feel like there's a sense of joy that comes from just walking into a really,
Yes.
nicely
Yeah.
organized, clean closet.
Yeah.
And
So-
the biggest thing for me too is, especially if you have kids, but it doesn't matter if you do or not, you can be so present when things are like at the level they're supposed to be at, when everything's put away, or it will be easy to put them away. Because nowadays
true.
with phones and there's always dishes and
Yeah,
whatever.
lots of different stressors.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice to be like, I have finished for the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
need
hang out
this.
with you. Yeah.
Well, and you have kids, you have 2 kids that are, kind of in that middle age and, well, on the young side. But
Yeah.
so you know what it means to have kids and have that space. And you've also written a book, The Mess Makers. If this doesn't describe kids, I don't know
Oh
what
my
does.
gosh, yes.
And obviously viewers know that I have, little ones at home. And so how cool is this that you've written a book? So is this kind of about children picking up or is this
Yeah.
the parents?
Children. It's meant to inspire them. It kind of goes through that Marie Kondo transition of figuring out what they like. And it started out as, I'd tell my kids a bedtime story and they'd be like, Mom, but then they'd laugh. And then a lot of times it would inspire them the next day to clean up or to detox and get rid of things. And I was like, I got something here. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of a little.
Well, I love
Yeah.
it. It's so cool that you've written a book about this
Yeah.
for kids. It's
you.
great. It's
Thank
great.
you, yeah.
Something like this would be so helpful for, somebody like me. It's, I feel like I know how to organize, but A, I'm busy.
Right.
And
Yeah.
B, I have little ones. And
You're my most
I
frequent
can't,
client.
I can't keep up with kind of what's going on. So,
Yeah.
and then I don't have time to measure and I don't know where
Right.
to get these bins and I
Right.
don't know,
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't have the right size that I need. So you would be perfect for somebody like me that kind of is like, I just need someone to like take the load off. Well, thanks so much, Andrea, for taking time out of your day to chat with us. I feel like this is going to help so many people,
Yeah.
including myself. But, just very interesting stuff. And it's so cool that we have someone like you locally because, you see all these shows about it and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you've got someone right here that can help you.
Yeah,
so
here
that's
for you.
great.
Yeah.
We will be right back. Thanks for watching Living Local